We got obviously the game that I'd say who is waiting for this game? You waiting for this game? Are you waiting for this game as a
Atletico.
Chelsea fan? Are you excited for this game?
Of course, I'm excited for this game.
But now,
Of course, I'm excited
obviously,
for this game.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about this game. This game, because obviously, people, if you didn't know, my Real Madrid branch hates Atletico Madrid. My Chelsea branch hates Spurs. So this game right here is just a game about like it's just me hate watching basically. It's just gonna be me hate watching with some popcorn, just looking at the score like, huh, I love that, yeah. But guess what? I do not care who wins, bro. I genuinely do not care. If Spurs wins, cool. If Atletico Madrid wins, cool. But like, it's not like a game that I'm like, oh my god, like I know for a fact that Atletico Madrid will win. I'll be so happy. Wow. But, don't get me wrong. I would rather Atletico Madrid wins so that they have a better chance of beating Barcelona, if that makes sense. Right?
Oh, yeah. I know
Yeah.
exactly. I know exactly what you're saying.
Because obviously Atletico Madrid beats Spurs, so that then they move on to the next round. So that if Barcelona beats Newcastle, Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona rematch of the Copa del Rey semi-final.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, so that way we see obviously Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid round, however round you want to call it, 4 or 5, whatever, and then Atletico Madrid beats them again, and then Atletico Madrid goes in the semi-final against like a Bodo Glimt. Wow, and now that's another revenge. See, I'm telling you the script in advance. So then we see Atletico Madrid versus Bodo Glimt. But guess what? Bodo Glimt reaches the Champions League final versus Chelsea. Chelsea versus Bodo Glimt Champions League final 2026, and Chelsea wins the Champions League.
Are you sure?
But how are you feeling about this game, bro? I just told you my script. How is your script looking?
I mean, for this game, Spurs are incredibly bad, but they've somehow managed to get results in the Champions League this year.
I don't know how
understand it.
I don't know how they've done it.
I have also not watched a single Spurs game this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. This will be my first Spurs game. I have seen a couple of Atletico games, and I think that they've played actually kind of fun football this year.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been just usually not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I think Atletico win. I think they're going to blow them out in the first leg. I think it'll be 3-0 and then 3-point lane. Well, it's not 3-point lane anymore, but I think going back there will be too late anyways, and I think they'll just pick them apart again.
So Atletico Madrid beats Spurs in the first leg, and then obviously they have to play Liverpool in the Premier League. So obviously, no, I mean like Liverpool has to play Spurs, obviously, and then which they get. So basically, Spurs are losing 2 games in a week.
They're losing 2 games. They're getting relegated. They're getting knocked out of the Champions League. Honestly.
So you just want them out of there ASAP as a Chelsea fan. You just want them out of there.
They're gone. I mean, look at them. Like, I don't see talent really anyway. They're also just a club that buys.
They stole
30 million pound players for like 60 million pounds. Like,
they stole Kudus, they stole Xavi Simons, and then they were celebrating like they just got prime like Xavi from Barca. So they took him from us, and then just to be fighting relegation with the same Xavi that they got.
Yeah, they thought it was William. That's what they thought. That's who they thought they were getting.
And then they were getting mad when Arsenal got Eze. Well, duh. Why would Eze be going to this club? Eze will be fighting relegation right now.
Eze sat on the bench this season and had a lot more fun than every other Spurs combined. Can tell you that for free.
Like, Eze would rather be sitting on Arsenal's bench than be in that Spurs locker room right now. Because it's a mess.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
I'm sure James Madison is looking. I'm sure James Madison is thinking, oh man, I'd rather stay injured all season.
I actually have a theory about James Madison. I don't know if you want to hear it, but I don't think he's ever going to play football again.
What do you mean by that?
When was the last time you saw him kick a ball?
Well, duh, because he
Respect.
got a crazy injury.
Well, but wasn't that like two?
That
Like,
was
what
at the
about the
start of
injury
the
before?
season.
And the injury before? And the injury before? I don't think I've seen him kick a ball more than 10 times for Spurs, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Love him. Love him. Definitely had potential at some point.
James Madison, man, he's actually a beauty. Like when it comes to this beauty free kicks, those like he's a baller. But
Yeah,
I feel like injuries ruined his career for sure.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever gonna be able to produce the same way he was. Still could probably take a banging free kick though.
Yeah, for sure. Like when it came to I remember when he was at Leicester, bro. Oh man. Like,
That Leicester team, by the way. That Leicester team was competing with us to get into the Champions League every year for about like 4 years.
It's actually insane. So yeah, man, it's just crazy how obviously they got relegated.
They're about to get relegated again, huh? They're like third from bottom, and they're gonna be in League One next year.
It's not looking good, bro.
It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. It's just the Spurs curse. It's the Spurs curse, man.
Spurs might be dropping down there too, joining them, bro. Like that would be insane. Imagine those early games. You're from England, right?
Yeah.
So you know those championship games.
They start early, man.
How early?
Half of them are. I mean, I think half of them are like the 4:30 kickoffs, and then they play.
Time. So that's like
4:30 a.m.
Our time, 4:30 a.m. our time. So that's like 12 p.m. 12:30 there, like in England.
Yeah, most of the games are on during that time.
That is nasty work, bro. You'll never catch me watching a championship game, bro.
Hold your horses. We don't know what's going on with Chelsea.
Nah. Relax.
I mean, it depends what FFP.
Unless maybe you know what I'm gonna say right now. I have something to say. Unless Man City get relegated to the like that transfer ban finally like happens, and then they drop down to the League Two.
That's never gonna happen. You know why? Because their name's not Chelsea. That's why.
Okay, but do you actually see a team like Man City ever dropping in the League Two just from a transfer, like just from all those 116, 17 charges? So
I don't think so. I think they've already dropped a bunch of. I think they've already dropped a bunch of the charges. Have they not? Haven't the lawyers will also just drag out in court
still
for years.
Investigating, bro. I find it very weird.
Exactly, the lawyers will drag it out for court in years until the point where FFP or whoever's suing them or sorting it out, they'll just not want to spend any more time on it. That's what will happen, in my opinion, or they'll come to a solution.
I feel like they also just can't afford to have Man City drop that low because it ruins the league.
Well, it also kind of ruins like that whole idea that the Premier League is trying to boost. Like, because the Premier League is now the best league in the world. 10 years ago, it wasn't. 10 years before that, it wasn't. Yeah. What they want to do is they want to get big investments in and they want everybody to just buy players. Mm-hmm. And if City gets sent to League Two, nobody's going to want to buy those clubs anymore. So,
yeah, because they'll be like, okay, so everything was a scam, basically.
That's what I think. I mean, I could just be wrong. Like, the only time will tell. But
I see that happening. People will be like, yeah, so that basically everything, the 4 titles in a row was a scam. The Champions League was a scam. Like, they'll be looking at things differently. Like, I'll be looking at things like, so all those times City beat us when we could have won the league, they were low-key scamming.
What's the point of sending them down there as well? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're really just going to give all of these trophies away to Arsenal for coming second all those years? You think they're going to be happy with that? No, nobody's going to give a crap.
Yeah.
Just leave them up. Just make sure that they're a little better at it and implement rules to make it a little less bullshitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, bro, with that being said, obviously, we're both Spurs haters. We obviously pray for their downfall any chance we get. And all I'm going to say right now is I generally hope Spurs drop down to the relegation zone. And obviously, so they can obviously watch us from afar and watch Arsenal and Chelsea and all the other London clubs. You know what I want? I want West Ham to stay up and Spurs to go down.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
And I want us to be the team that drops Spurs down, bro. Because we played them, I think,
Second to
two
last
games
game.
before. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
want us to be the team that relegates Spurs. That would be the
Watch party.
funniest thing ever.
Watch party. Bring your Spurs friend.
Bro, literally. You know what would be funny? I think the script is looking funny, bro. Because I think Arsenal plays West Ham last game of the league, of the season.
Oh my God. If Arsenal, okay. There are a lot of things that can happen here. Either City have won the league last game of the season, or Arsenal win the league the week before, lose to West Ham, and get Spurs relegated.
That's something I could see happening. That's a funny
That's the script, man. That's the script. I'm telling you, boss.
You know what would be funny? Like, oh yeah, let's just say Arsenal wins the league early on, like in advance, because that's looking like that, which I hope that doesn't, like, don't happen. I hope we don't come down to that, you know? I hope we don't come down to that conclusion. But if it were to come down to that conclusion where it's like Arsenal wins the league, Spurs gets relegated, I feel like all the attention will be on Spurs getting relegated. The Arsenal fans will be crashing out. They'll be like, why do we have to win the league when Spurs got relegated? Because everyone will be talking about Spurs getting relegated, and I will be a happy man, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would actually be funny. But hey, man, it's still very early to tell. Still a long way to go. I know what people are saying. Yeah, there's like 8 games left. But yeah, Josh, let me tell you something. A lot can happen in those 8 games that are left.
Yeah.
People can say all they want that, yeah, it's guaranteed that Arsenal is winning the league because they're 7 points clear. But Man City still has a game in hand. They're forgetting that.
They do.
And they still have to play Arsenal.
The pressure is on as well. You know how
Yes.
Arsenal get under pressure, so
They start feeling those demons creeping in the back of their heads.
those
Migraines all over, headaches, like cramps in their stomach, like cramps everywhere. It's like a girl on their period. Like crazy work. But yeah, bro. With that being said, we're going to end it here. Obviously, Spurs, I wish you the worst as always, like I said. And then Atletico Madrid, win this game. And then we see a crazy game in the next round. But with that being said, I'm going to catch you very soon. Peace.